Plymouth, Indiana. Plymouth is a city in Marshall County, Indiana, United States. The population was 10,033 in the 2010 census. It is the county seat of Marshall County. Plymouth was the site of the first retail outlet of defunct U.S. retailer Montgomery Ward in 1926. Plymouth, Indiana is located at 41 degrees 2038 N 86 degrees 1845 W, 41.34389 degrees north, 86.31250 degrees west, 41.34389, minus 86.31250, along the Yellow River. According to the 2010 census, Plymouth has a total area of 7.57 square miles, of which 7.53 square miles is land and 0.04 square miles is water. As of the census of 2010, there were 10,033 people, 3,940 households, and 2,401 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,332.4 inhabitants per square mile. There were 4,451 housing units at an average density of 591.1 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 87.2% white, 0.9% African American, 0.6% Native American, 0.5% Asian, 8.3% from other races, and 2.5% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 20.0% of the population. There were 3,940 households, of which 34.6% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 39.7% were married couples living together, 14.9% had a female householder with no husband present, 6.3% had a male householder with no wife present, and 39.1% were non-families. 33.5% of all households were made up of individuals and 15% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.49 and the average family size was 3.19. The median age in the city was 34.3 years. 27.9% of residents were under the age of 18, 9.3% were between the ages of 18 and 24, 25.9% were from 25 to 44, 21.9% were from 45 to 64, and 15.2% were 65 years of age or older. The gender makeup of the city was 47.9% male and 52.1% female. As of the census of 2000, there were 9,840 people, 3,838 households, and 2,406 families residing in the city. The population density was 1,414.0 inhabitants per square mile. There were 4,100 housing units at an average density of 589.2 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 80.80% white, 0.63% African American, 0.45% Native American, 0.50% Asian, 6.19% from other races, and 1.43% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 14.99% of the population. There were 3,838 households, out of which 31.9% had children under the age of 18 living with them, 45.3% were married couples living together, 12.2% had a female householder with no husband present, and 37.3% were non-families. 31.4% of all households were made up of individuals and 14.4% had someone living alone who was 65 years of age or older. The average household size was 2.48 and the average family size was 3.11. In the city, the population was spread out with 26.1% under the age of 18, 12.4% from 18 to 24, 28.8% from 25 to 44, 18.0% from 45 to 64, and 14.8% who were 65 years of age or older. The median age was 32 years. For every 100 females, there were 93.5 males. For every 100 females age 18 and over, there were 89.5 males. The median income for a household in the city was $34,505, and the median income for a family was $41,447. Males had a median income of $30,444 versus $21,293 for females. The per capita income for the city was $15,417. About 10.4% of families and 13.1% of the population were below the poverty line, including 15.9% of those under age 18 and 9.6% of those age 65 or over. This area was part of the territory of the Potawatomi Native Americans, one of the historical tribes encountered by European American settlers. In the 19th century, the United States government made numerous treaties to buy and extinguish Native American claims to land in the former Northwest Territory and the Southeast. Marshall County was formed in 1836, during the early years of settlement and before the forced removal of the Potawatomi people in 1838. It was named for U.S. Chief Justice John Marshall, who died in 1835. Marshall County is notable as the starting point in 1838 of the Potawatomi Trail of Death, which was the forced removal by United States forces of Chief Menominee and 859 Potawatomi Indians from Indiana to Indian Territory, at the site of present-day Osawatomie, Kansas, a distance of 660 miles. The first settlers arrived in what is now Marshall County in 1835. They arrived as a result of the end of the Black Hawk War as well as the completion of the Erie Canal. They consisted primarily of settlers from New England, Yankees descended from the English Puritans who settled New England in the colonial era. They were mainly members of the Congregational Church, although due to the Second Great Awakening many of them had converted to Methodism and some had become Baptists before coming to what is now Marshall County. As a result of this heritage, some place names in Marshall County are named after places in New England, such as Plymouth, which is named after Plymouth, Massachusetts, the site where the Mayflower landed in 1620. When these settlers arrived, there was nothing but a dense virgin forest and wild marshland, which would need to be cleared and drained before it could be farmed. The Indian Removal Act of 1830 authorized forcible removal if necessary. The United States government purchased this area under the Treaty of Tippecanoe in 1832. Although many Potawatomi had relocated to Indian Territory in present-day Kansas, Chief Menominee and his band of the Yellow River refused to go. Militia under the authority of United States Army officers rounded them up and in September 1838, the band of 859 headed west, in what became known as the Potawatomi Trail of Death. They traveled more than 660 miles to Osawatomie, Kansas, with many of the Potawatomi walking. More than 40 of the tribal members died on the march. Plymouth was incorporated as a town in 1851. During the Civil War, Union Army soldiers arrested Daniel E. Van Valkenburg, editor of the Plymouth Weekly Democrat, who criticized what he viewed as Lincoln's abuses of power. Van Valkenburg also criticized Department of Ohio Commander Ambrose Burnside's lieutenant, General Milo S. Haskell. Haskell was in charge of the District of Indiana. Van Valkenburg called Haskell a donkey in the pages of the Democrat. Haskell promptly dispatched soldiers to arrest Van Valkenburg and brought him before Burnside to answer charges of violating Burnside's General Order No. 38. Burnside let Van Valkenburg off with a warning. The Democrat became the first of 11 Democratic newspapers suppressed or threatened with suppression in May 1863. Much of Plymouth's history was documented in two major newspapers during the 19th century. The Marshall County Republican operated from 1856 to 1922. Its main rival, the Marshall County Democrat, appeared from 1855 to 1932. During the 20th century, the Plymouth Daily Pilot acquired the Republican in 1922, and the Democrat became the Plymouth Daily News in 1932. The News and Pilot merged to become the Plymouth Pilot News in 1947. As part of Plymouth's sesquicentennial celebration in 1966, organizers created the first Marshall County Blueberry Festival, to take place over Labor Day weekend. This tradition has continued annually, and the festival typically brings in tens of thousands of visitors over the four-day event. In July 1982, 5 firefighters were killed when their fire truck overturned while responding to a call. The tanker truck crashed on a curve near West School on State Road 17. The East LaPorte Street Footbridge, Heminger Travel Lodge, Marshall County Courthouse, Plymouth Downtown Historic District, Plymouth Northside Historic District, Plymouth Southside Historic District, and Plymouth Fire Station are listed on the National Register of Historic Places. As the center of commerce for Marshall County, Plymouth provides a large percentage of jobs in the manufacturing, retail, and service sectors. Major manufacturing employers include Hoosier Racing Tire, Census, Pregis Innovative Packaging, and the Max Corporation. 6 U.S. manufacturing headquarters are located in Plymouth: American Containers Incorporated, Aero Services Incorporated, Auto Park, U.S. Granules Corporation, Weir's Manufacturing Incorporated and Census North America, LLC. Plymouth is home to 9 parks. Centennial Park is the largest park in Plymouth. It is equipped with a swimming pool, lighted baseball and softball diamonds, lighted basketball courts, lighted tennis courts, sand volleyball courts, shuffleboard, horseshoes, a skate park, and multiple playgrounds. The large wooden castle playground was built in 1993. Another smaller, metal playground with swings and a climbing wall is a part of Centennial Park as well. Centennial Park also includes a dog park and a 2.7-mile-long greenway trail that connects several parks. Each year over Labor Day weekend, Centennial Park is host to the Marshall County Blueberry Festival. The Blueberry Festival is Indiana's largest 4-day festival and has been named a top 100 event in North America by the American Bus Association 3 times. Over 300 craft vendors and 100 food vendors from all across the United States showcase their goods. The festival also includes the Hoosier Old Wheels Antique Car Show, the Blueberry Stomp 5K/15K run, bicycle cruise, hot air balloon launches, a parade, and fireworks display. There are several sporting events, and 3 stages with free entertainment for festival goers. For a small fee, festival goers can play carnival games and ride carnival rides. River Park Square is located downtown and is the newest park in the city, opening in 2014. River Park Square consists of a stage, tiered seating, a splash pad, and a concession and bathroom building. It is home to Plymouth's Saturday Farmers Market, the Yellow River Festival, the Latino Festival, and Mayor's Month of Music on Fridays in August. The Farmers Market takes place every Saturday morning from May to October. Packard's Wood Park also has athletic facilities and offers an all-inclusive play center called Freedom Park. Magnetic Park contains a playground, a fishing pond, and a gazebo with a fountain as well as the Conservation Clubhouse, which is able to be rented out for events. The town has a lending library, the Plymouth Public Library. The library, located on North Center Street, has worked hard to be useful for all different groups and individuals. According to the Plymouth Public Library website, the library's broad purpose, based upon provisions in the Indiana Code, is fulfilling the educational, informational, and recreational interests and needs of the public. The Marshall County Historical Museum is an important part to the Plymouth community. The museum offers countless ways to experience our unique Hoosier history. Tour exhibits, attend events, find your roots, and discover a deeper appreciation for the place you call home. The Historical Museum is part of downtown Plymouth and takes part in many different community-wide events, including sidewalk sales, downtown trick-or-treating, and the annual Christmas tree lighting. Exhibits at the museum include the Crossroads Center Transportation Room, Train Room, Military Room focusing on World War II, Boy Scouts Exhibit, Sports Room, Jonathan and Elizabeth Marshall Collection, and Ever-Changing Gallery, and Entertainment Room. The Marshall County Historical Museum has a lot of history to offer and different ways of learning and interacting. Wild Rose Moon in downtown Plymouth opened its doors in 2015. Wild Rose Moon hosts open mic nights every first and third Wednesday of each month, jam night every second Wednesday of the month, and a radio show the first weekend of each month. Individuals and bands are often hosted as well. Wild Rose Moon also offers its space as a rental for events when it is not in regular hours use. Swan Lake Resort sits on 500 acres of Plymouth's countryside. It is a golf course, golf academy, resort, restaurant, event venue, and wedding venue all in one. The purpose of Swan Lake Resort when it opened was to host golfers exclusively, but expanded to much more than that. The resort's lodging options include a hotel, cottages, cabins, and villas. Pretty Lake Golf Club is the area's top choice for a round of golf. The club is not only home to an 18-hole course, but also a pro shop, practice facilities, and the Sand Trap Bar and Grill. Plymouth ranks 4th on the niche Best Towns to Raise a Family in Indiana list and 94th on the Best Towns to Raise a Family in America list. Plymouth was ranked 8th in the top 10 safest mid-sized cities in Indiana according to Value Penguin. Military and politics. Entertainers. Athletes and coaches, entertainers. Athletes and coaches, entertainers.